Yeah, good morning, trendsetters. We're going to have a bit of a different approach to 90 Seconds with the Mayor this week. People have given me a lot of public feedback on the fact that Mike Sanford, who runs this show, tends to talk way too much and the Mayor gets very little say. It's a little bit like me being at home sometimes. So we've reversed the roles today, and Mike's going to do the Mayor a bit, and I'm going to ask him some comment on some of those issues. So here we go, Mike. So the first issue is, what's your view on Wachna Place, given that we've gone to option 1A and we're pushing through the buses still, and we don't have too much of a desire to keep too much of the historical nature of things. So what do you think about that, Mike?
Well, I think we should wipe everything, get rid of the clock, the whole lot.
Now moving on to the next subject, which is the issue of the events that we've been having in Don Street. They've been very popular. People have thrown up to me issues like 3,000 attending. It's a little bit like your website, you know, when you say you've got 70,000. I mean, sometimes the figures are a little bit distorted, but hey. But the bottom line is they've been very successful, and the issue I'd like your view on is whether we should introduce, because we've introduced a ban recently, and that was reasonably successful, whether we'd introduce alcohol sales or mocktails that some of the people drink. Well, what's your view on that?
Well, I think being a family event, I think it's good as is. If people want to have a drink, they can pop into the...
So that's a yes. Well, I'm glad I've got your support on that, because not everybody agrees with that, and as you can imagine, some of our licensing people are having some sleepless nights about it. And look, finally, it's the issue of cameras in the inner city now. You know, we've had a bit of a stall on that area, but we are hopefully going to get there by the middle of next year in the CBD, because we want extra security there. But there's a whole lot of issues around what you can do with cameras and how you store the information. And while you might look at an incident that's very difficult, what happens in the background? You see something else that's not related to the incident, but it's still something that makes you uncomfortable. Say, for argument's sake, somebody might be staggering out of a pub, and you start to think, well, should they have been getting alcohol in that, more service in that pub if they're so drunk? So, and I guess the wider issue that's now come out is the issue about, you know, what are our rights around people that just rock on up pious and take selfies? I mean, there are some people in our city that do this all the time. You don't even know that they're doing it. So I'd like your views on that, seeing that you're one of the worst offenders.
Well, it's normally selfies with you in the background, and of course, because you're trying to avoid getting your selfie, I have to be really quick and discreet and go if you're in the background.
I mean, I think I've got rights on this issue, and I know I've got rights on this issue, so you can't be doing it. You've got to ask my permission first.
As the Mayor, you're public property. We paying the bills, so you're public property.
I remember a couple of years ago taking a couple of videos, or just shots, of a young kid. He was luggage surfing in an airport, so he was using a roller luggage, and he was hooning around on it. It looked really clever. I thought, yeah, that kid's really skilled. So I took a couple of pictures, but the young kid, only about 7 or 8, came up to me and said, "You can't take that without my approval," even though he was in a public venue. So I think there's a lesson to be learnt there from people like yourself that just sneak around and...
Oh, I don't sneak around.
No. So anyway, that's this week's 90 Seconds with the Mayor, and hopefully next week we'll get onto a more even footing.
And don't forget, tomorrow we've got the Woodworkers Guild. Their annual exhibition starts tomorrow and runs Saturday and Wednesdays. See our website for details, for hours, and also it's a week tomorrow till the annual Southland Santa Parade. So they've got a fitting for costumes tomorrow on Saturday, so pop down and do that. Otherwise, we'll see you at the Santa Parade next Saturday.
And from my perspective, just watch out for the yellow bike with the basket that's got lots of lollies on it for the kids.
It's a 90 Seconds with Mike and the Mayor. Bit of a different mix-up today. Till next week, see you later.